have Chef Alana in, I always want to call you Peckham, but she's like married, changed her name, and blah, blah, blah. So now we just say Chef Alana. Chef Alana and I have done so much work together in the past, and now we are both living our best keto life.
Yes.
Which means that there is no compromising taste. You are full all the time from the beautiful fats. So I had said to Alana, like, do you cook separate for your little ones and for yourself? And she said, no, because that would be crazy.
Got to try not to.
Right, that would be crazy. One of the things that you miss in low carb and keto living is the crispy things and the baking things and the flours and the crackers and chips. And so you are using what in your dredging mix to make chicken fingers today?
We're gonna do chicken fingers today because you know what? My son loves chicken nuggets and chicken fingers.
All children do.
They do. I know.
Yeah.
They're crispy. They're yummy. Let's be honest, adults do too.
Yeah.
And in this mix, what I've got here is I've got some flax meal.
Yes.
It's got some coconut flour.
Yes.
And some lupin flour.
And this is a first for both of us.
Yes.
We're both excited to try it.
Yes.
I had said that I've been using sesame flour, which is, my biggest issue with almond flour is so expensive, which is a barrier to entry for a lot of people when they're following this diet. So experimenting with other flours, coconut burns easily.
It does, it burns easily, and I also find that it does have a flavor.
Yeah. Now, one of the things that Alana and I were talking about earlier is flaxseed meal versus flaxseed ground flax seeds.
Yeah.
And so what is the difference between flaxseed meal and ground flax
And so
seeds?
I discovered flaxseed meal, and I learned that it's different in that ground flax seeds. So if you go out and you buy what's called milled flax seeds,
Okay.
you're getting the whole flax seed that's put through, I guess, a miller or a grinder.
Right.
And they're just whole. You get everything that comes with it.
Which is why you should store in the freezer, because the fats then become rancid very easily because it's oxidizing.
Exactly. And so the meal
Yes.
is apparently, I think it's after the fat's been taken out. So
Okay.
I think my guess is going to be they've pressed it for oil.
Pressed it for the oil.
Yeah, and then they take what's left over and they grind that right down. It's a lot finer. So as you can see, this mix I have, it looks just like flour.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so
that's
now
good.
that we've got some dredge,
Okay.
Let's get started. These can go directly into an oven. If you
Okay.
prefer oven baked chicken tenders, I would give it a spray of oil.
Yeah.
So I know aerosol spray cans suck, but
Yeah.
if you've got one of those spritzer things,
Yep.
or
Have you seen the it's a pump that you pump it a few times
I
and
have
then you
seen that
spray,
one.
so you get rid of the aerosol part.
so you could do that as well, or
But don't be afraid to use healthy oils
Yeah.
in your cooking. Can I help you with anything there? You got it?
no, we're good. Thank you. Just not going to overload the pan here.
Okay.
And cook off a few of these. But yeah, you could go right into a deep fryer if you have, or
Yeah.
you know, an air fryer. I actually don't have an air fryer, but
Don't. I want to get one as
Yeah.
well. There's actually a new oven that's out that has air fryer mode that I'm just like, oh, do I upgrade my oven again? Alana and I live in the same neighborhood, and I said to her, like, when you're moving in, there's no gas where we live in our neighborhood, and so we both have the same oven series.
oh,
which
I love it. I love
It's a
our
great
oven.
oven.
And so that's what we're gonna do here. We're just gonna kind of shallow fry these. Keep an eye on the temperature of your oil if you are gonna fry it.
Because everybody has a temperature gun
You know,
in their
they're
kitchen.
wonderful. They're so
You
fun.
chef, you.
They're so fun.
I'm gonna need one of those.
And you want to
actually.
stay at about 350 is what you want to stay at.
Okay.
So adjusting your heat helps. A bigger pot of oil holds heat better.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, the smaller the amount of oil, you're going to lose that heat once the food hits it.
Got it.
But we're just going to flip these every now and again to make sure they're cooking evenly on all sides.
Do you know what I'm finding in the last year? Everybody has food allergies and intolerances, and you know, I encourage a lot of people to actually, once you know, you can't unknow. So keep that in mind too.
So ignorance is bliss.
Ignorance can be bliss, but I come from a family full of Crohn's disease and IB irritations, and so my daughter took a test because she was having some issues, and I did as well. I believe my son probably has a dairy, and it's not dairy for the lactose, it's dairy for the whey, but almost all people have some form
Some kind of a food
intolerance.
intolerance. And you know what? They say your body changes all the time too. Mine did after pregnancy.
Yeah. Every 7 years.
Yep, well, not even after. During pregnancy with my first child,
Yeah.
it's milk and yogurt.
Really?
They don't agree with me.
Yeah, it's not interesting.
Yeah. Aside from that, though, I love food too much to pay attention to anything else. And so we're gonna flip these again. And that's all I've been doing, is just flipping them. If you're gonna be deep frying and submerging them, you don't have to flip them.
Okay.
But if you're gonna shallow fry in a pan, make sure you flip them every now and again. And I know for my son, he likes cucumbers, and last night he claims to like yellow bell peppers.
Oh, is that the new thing?
Yep, so we'll see.
Her almost 4-year-old.
Almost 4-year-old boy. The best way to know whether these are done or not, honestly, it's going to be break into one.
Okay.
If not, you could pop a probe thermometer in to take a temperature.
Okay.
I always look for myself when it comes to frying. You see how the bubbles are just going crazy?
Yes.
They're going a lot faster when the meat went in first because of all the moisture that it's pushing
Got it.
out. When the bubbles start to slow down, that's always a good indicator. Or just give them a little press too.
Okay.
Proteins tighten up when they cook,
Okay.
and it starts to feel firm. It's cooked all the way through.
Got it.
And so I think I'm gonna give these one more flip, come back, and we'll take them out. And so another handy thing to have whenever you are dealing with shallow or deep frying, either have a paper towel on a plate or a tray nearby.
Yep.
It just helps it so that when you go to serve it, you're not serving it in a pool of oil.
Right.
Or I also like the other one is going to be a cooling rack.
Okay.
A cooling rack on a tray. You pop it on, and any of the oils that's on here will drip through that cooling rack.
Did you finish it with any seasoning at all?
Absolutely, yeah. And so we've got a little bit of the nutritional yeast on these chicken fingers, but you do want a little salt and pepper on them. You don't know how excited I am, chicken fingers.
I know. Well, we're gonna cut into some, and if you want more information on this recipe, which will also be featured in mine and Alana's upcoming keto-friendly, low-carb-friendly cookbook, you can go onto our website for more information. I'm looking forward to digging in. I'll be careful not to burn myself.
Yes, we have to wait. Cool them down a little bit.
So cute. Thanks, Alana, for being on the show.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.